Hey, Juice, let me know, sir.
Pothole in the street, fork in the road. Shit I seen with my eyes just forced me to grow. Like my grandpa cooking crack on a spoon. I'm from where if you don't sell it, then you use. Dropped out of school, I had to play the streets. Granny said they shooting up the streets, she don't know it's me. Life cheap, I made a fortune off a home invasion. Trey ate across his face, he know I ain't playing. I ain't leaving empty-handed, I remember coming home late nights with empty cannons. Now I make these devils cry when we hold camp. The only place you'll get respect, you kill that old man. Straight up. Look, I took the narrow path. I'm certified in this shit, but my apparel black. We don't walk the same walk, I'm aware of that. You never seen a nigga serve the Lord, what you staring at?
If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end. As I creep in the Camry, I let the song blast, reminiscing of the time I walked the wrong path. Hitting licks, did whatever just to get the bread. Dropped out of school cause I chose to sell crack instead. Yeah, I was head first with a red shirt, let them see the flag, smoking all day. You could say I was breathing gas, used to kick those, no COVID, I ain't need a mask. Almost getting caught by the laws, heart beating fast. I thought I was destined to live this life forever. Got in class and my life changed for the better. I remember the days I used to wear a cross. Now I'm one West, so I got a better cross. I'd be dead or in jail if it wasn't for the truth. That's a miracle, no need for further proof. Endure is the goal as I grow old, but I got a ways to go, cause it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road.
Fuck, man. No coming, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coming, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, you nigga know I'm about to bring the heat, right? Shit, I used to leave the street light. Hey, now I still keep the heat tight. Now nigga on gold like a green light. They say 144, nigga, you can get it. Ain't gotta tell me twice. Tryna stack a couple grand, get on some land, that'll put us on our feet. I'm in the field with the Warriors. And you know a nigga glorious, but we still keep it G-though. Keep them tools Home Depot. Might hit him with the Rico. Ayy, hit the nigga with the Rico. Ayy, say they fucked up the rap game. What you looking at me for? So I know they can't stand me. That's why I keep a Glock handy. Might sip a little brandy. While I'm chillin' with the family. Tell him a real nigga landed. Dressing all black like a bandit. Bitch, I ain't come to play. Bitch, I came to do damage. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a weapon, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Back, now we ballin'. Ain't Babylon fallin'. You know the path a nigga walk. Nigga raised up, now I'm all in. And all I ever wanted was the win and the big body Benz. Now I'm gone in the wind, tryna stack a couple in. Now let's get it in, yeah, let's get it in. About to make the shit tremble. 144, the rebel. About to turn it up a level. Heat the bitch up like lava. And it probably bring a whole mob. And all that we feel is our father. And I'm headed for the top dollars. And ain't none gon' stop me, none gon' stop. No coward, no nigga can't back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga can't back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know.
Ain't got no time to play. Ain't no other way. I got them soldiers on the way now. Ain't got no time to play. Ain't no other way. I got them soldiers on the way now. I got them soldiers on the way now. Soldiers on the way now.
Yeah. 144. Yeah. Yeah.
But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Whoa, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cowards, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Ay.
I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me, I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket.
Who got to blow these niggas out the water? He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, fourth quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. Bomb on the Pearl Harbor. He ain't real, he alive. If he real, who am I? Now his ass in the fire. Yippee came till I die. Please don't cross the line. Try to stop and stop trying. Boom shop is bomb wide. I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. So I ain't move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Make it the race. Get to it. Ain't taking no shit. Get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
You hear the truth that I'm speaking? Lot of hate for no reason. Probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. Slinging shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody.
That warfare, what you know about it? This ain't a rap, this a message. Ain't it real, be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct it. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the entry, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get the sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him running Serafina. Yeah. I got a dilemma. I'm about to have a baby, but I still wanna be him. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dreamer. I'm strictly getting it. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I'm gon' kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. Antoine Fisher, nigga. Do you need a healing? I know you can hear me. I'm a vet, you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump loving pussy. I'm a king, you a cookie. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it, nigga.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines, you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'm a go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye, a peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, stay bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Lamping these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number 1 at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you will never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jake when I'm still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Oh, it's like we need
Need to who? Oh, we don't. He didn't give us one. I will. Let's get it going.
Imagine, understand? This man back here.
First priest, present thine registry.
Natazayab, Amath, Ban Yishakar, Ban Yasharala.
Natazayab, Amath, Ban Yashakar, Ban Yasharala.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatham. Right. Out towards the camera. Say La Yasharala.
Yala Sharala.
La.
Ya.
La.
La.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Now take it. Now drink it. Lock you. We didn't pull the scroll out. There we go. Now, pick up the scroll. Grab the scroll hold it up over your shoulder. Grab my here, both hands. There you go.
Imagine, which means stand. Upon Wakwadam, you turn face to east. Do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Gaba'ah.
Gaba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baharatiza.
Baharatiza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalakanawa.
Kawabathinawa.
Kawabathinawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kawabathinawa.
Kawabathinawa.
Wala'a. Tabayayanawa. Manasaya 1.
Manasaya 1.
Abol. Hawashayanawa.
Hawashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rad. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wathapara. Wa'awalamya.
Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
The prayer for the power of the cock in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Baba Kashah. Nathanawa. Hakat. Larapa'ah. Kal Makalah. Kal Marawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakat. Lahakwayim. Hamathium,
Hakat,
Arakawath, Atama'ala, Lagar Shun, Ba'ashim Yahushua,
the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai, Barak
Lanawa,
Wayashapara, Wayashala, Wahabayah, Saparium, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Al-Yad, Yumyaka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar Ra, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawaka, Ma'ayatha, Wa'ai, Awalum.
In the English, Salakia. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From which cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
He
that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Al-Damayah,
Lakah, Al, Thakarash,
Wa'al,
Tashakwat, Al, Kayahana, Hawabyaka, Yahama, Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka, Ya'arayamwa, Sawadah, Wayatha, Ya'ai Tazawah, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa,
Wanakakya,
Magoya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Awada, Kaya, Nawai Tazawah,
Laba,
Yakadwa, Alyaka, Barya,
Yakarathwa,
Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarian, Gabal,
Wa'amalak,
Palashat, I'm Yeshabia, Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa, Imam,
Hayawa,
Zarawai, Labunya,
Lawat,
Salah,
Aisha,
Laham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabian,
Banakal,
Kwayashawan, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La Dama, Shayathamwa, Nada, Yaamawa, Kaira, Wakazaba,
Wakazalmanai,
Karnasiakamwa,
Bashar,
Amarwa, Nayarashah,
Lanawa,
Nawa, Alahayam, Shayarathamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Rakawa, Kayash, Tabaira,
Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Harayam, Khan, Tharadatma, Basairika,
Wabasa,
Wapathka, Tabahalam, Malaha,
Panyaham,
Kualawan, Waya, Bakwashwa,
Shemka, Yahawa,
Yabasha,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Bahalya,
Waya, Kaparwa,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Daiwa,
Kaya, Atha, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al, Cow,
Haratazar.
In the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee. Have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted. Against thy hidden one. They have said. Come. And let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Yasharallah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeeb. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Zamunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. They may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the Most High. Over all the earth.
Saw, which means turn. Yeshabia, which means be seated.
This week, we're going to be starting at the book of Judges, chapter 20 and verse 22. Just to give a quick recap of what's going on in the story, I'm sorry, in this point in our history. This is when the brothers, this is the point where a Levite brother, if I'm not mistaken, Salakia. Israel is going to war, Salakia, with the tribe of Benjamin. This was the point in time where Israel had to war with Benjamin because of their wickedness. If you recall, the sons of Belial, trying to find the brother's name, Salakia, if I could. Okay, that was a Levite brother, a certain Levite brother. They didn't say his name in here, but a Levite brother had his wife left him, went home to her father. He went to go pursue her, his concubine, his wife, whatever. They say concubine, but it's also his wife. You know what I mean? Right. This was a sister. All right. So that takes that foolish notion out of everybody's mind that you can have concubines of other nations. Right. You know, that's unlawful for us to sleep with women of other nations, period. So the brother went to go retrieve his wife from her father. He got to her father's crib. The father entreated him very well, was very brotherly. Wanted his daughter to go back with the brother. The brother kept trying to leave. The father begged him to stay. Eventually, they consoled their differences. The brother took his wife successfully and was headed back home. Then he came to Gibeah. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. And while he was there, they spent the night. An Iskarite brother. The people in the city were real rude. They let the brother sleep on the streets. Now, the brother was a wealthy man. He had cattle, he had linen, he had servants, he had everything. So there was no need for people to think that he was like a beggar or anything. They just were being very unbrotherly in the city. No one offered him shelter. An Ephraimite brother who had moved to the city and was staying there saw the brother, offered him shelter, brought him into the house for the night. While they were there, the sons of Belial, the men of the city, came and knocked on the door and told him, send that stranger out. We saw you take him to your house. Send him out so that we may know him. You know what I mean? Now, before this, nothing in Israel had been done like this before. You know what I'm saying? They said, send him out so that we may know him. So they were saying, send this brother out so that we could have sex with him, so that we could sleep with him. Right. Just like, and the Lord said there's nothing new under the sun. So this thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, later on, the Lord saw that happening. And it almost happened to the angels. But it's happened to a brother. So the Ephraimite brother said, no, don't do this wicked thing that you're talking about. He sent out the concubine and his daughter. His daughter was a virgin, having never known a man before. He said, listen, I will give you my daughter, who has never known the touch of a man, and I'll give you his concubine. So to do what y'all see fit, but don't do this to this brother, what y'all talking about doing. Now, the sons of Belial obviously was some very wicked men. You know what I mean? So they came to the door and they did not heed what the Ephraimite brother said, and they grabbed his concubine. They grabbed this Levite brother's concubine. Now, this brother's a Levite. He's a priest, okay? They grabbed his concubine and took her off and raped her all night long and raped and beat this sister. The scripture said that they knew her, they forced themselves upon her and abused her all night. So now that goes against any doctrine about this rape doctrine that some of these Israelite groups have. It is unlawful to rape a woman. You cannot rape at all. Rape is unlawful. Rape is a crime. Rape is evil. You do not do that. There's no excuse for it. There's no way to justify it. The scriptures say that they forced this woman and they abused her all night. And when they let her go, she came back to the Ephraimite's house. And as she reached for the doorknob, she passed out and fainted and laid there till the morning, right at the doorway. And when they came, the Ephraimite brother came out and saw her on the doorway. He tried to wake her up, but she would not wake up because she was dead. When she reached for that doorknob, she died. That's how roughly and wrongly and the horrible things that these Benjamite brothers did to that sister all night long. But they wanted to do that to the Levite brother. Right. You know what I mean? But the Ephraimite, thanks to the Ephraimite, they could not do that. So once the Levite brother saw this horrible thing that they did to his rib, he took her body, he chopped her up into 12 pieces and sent each piece to each tribe inside of the nation, because nothing like that had ever been done before in the history. And at that time in the history of Israel, this was something that had never been done before. And him chopping his wife's body up. The things that happened here in the book of Judges had never happened in our nation at that time. And the rest of Israel was horrified at what happened. So they gathered together a great army and they came to this brother and he told them what happened. And then they went to the city of Gibeah and tried to reason with our Benjamite brothers at the time, but they would not hear reason. They would not send the brothers of Belial out. Yeah, phones on silent. All phones on silent and mute. No sweat. So they sent the brothers of Belial, they would not send them out to face punishment and judgment for their crimes, which means that the city itself condoned and defended these brothers. So now Israel is gathered together and they had an army. Instead of sending them out, our Benjamite brothers decided to gather their army together. Right. And now Israel is about to go to war with Benjamin over some wicked, evil, homosexually spirited rapist brothers. You know what I mean? Which is so wicked. Brother, if you commit a crime, and especially a horrible crime like raping a woman to death, you will see justice. Justice will be done. In the Isupk, you will not be defended. That is a crime, and we don't commit crimes up in here. We don't commit crimes against the Lord and the laws of the Lord, and we don't commit crimes even against the laws of our oppressors. We are law-abiding citizens, and we are men of the Lord. What's happening right now is a horrible thing. Rape is wrong, and it's a crime that should be punished. And as you will see what happened to our Benjamite brothers, it's been punished in the Bible, rightfully so. Go ahead, Salakia. So we call out the scripture. So you call out the book of Judges, chapter 20, verse 22 in the Hebrew.
Verse 22 or
22. 20 and 22. Yes, call it out.
Book of Judges, chapter 20, verse 22.
In the Hebrew.
In the Hebrew.
There you go. Goes one letter at a time. So here, and we match it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What's this right here? The little one next to it.
Yeah.
Wah, yeah. The.
Mm-hmm.
Ka.
Mm-hmm. Let's take the time and match them up.
Come. Za.
Mm-hmm.
Qua. I, sir.
That's actually a ma. So at the end, see how that is at the end? See, that's when it's in the middle of the word, and that's how it looks at the end of the word. So that's a ma.
Ma.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Right. What's Israel's name in Hebrew?
Yasharala.
That's what that word is. Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So what?
Slack.
Yitwa.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sa.
Mm-hmm.
Pa. Duh.
No, that's a what. It's another what.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
La.
You're right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
La. I.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Ra.
Ra.
Mm-hmm. See, it's at the end of the words.
Okay.
So it's a ka.
Ka.
Mm-hmm.
Ma.
Mm-hmm.
La. Da. Ma. Ha. Ha.
It's a buck. Where you at? Yeah, it's a buck. Mm-hmm.
Pa.
Ma.
Ma. Qua.
Mm-hmm.
Da.
Wa. Qua, wa.
Qua. Wa.
And that's a ma at the end.
Ma.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Sha. Ra.
Mm-hmm.
I, Ra, Ka, Wa, Sha, Sa.
No. It's at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ma,
Doing good. Keep up.
Ka,
Ba. That's a ba.
Where's the bud?
Right there.
Okay, I didn't see that.
See the car, how that's smooth, it's like a semicircle.
Yeah.
I can see that. How the
Come.
ba is, it goes down and has that line.
Come.
That's how you can tell the difference.
Ba,
Mm-hmm.
Wa,
Yeah.
Ya.
Mm-hmm. Then what?
Ba, Ya, Wa, Sa. Ma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, over here. Yeah, not right there. Okay. Yeah. And then go to 23.
Come. Ha, Ra,
Mm-hmm.
Sha, Wa, Na.
There you go. Verse 23.
Verse 23. Wa, Ya, I, La, Na.
Oh, that's a wa. It's like it.
Wa.
Mm-hmm.
Ba,
Mm-hmm.
Na, Ya, Ya, Sha, Ra, La. Wa, Ya, Ba, Ka, Wa. La, Pa,
What's the Lord's name? Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hmm?
Yeah, the one before that.
Oh, okay. Salaki.
La, Pa,
Mm-hmm.
Na, Ya, Ya, Ha, Wa, Ha.
Mm-hmm.
I. Ra.
That's a duh.
I da. Ha. I. Ra. Ha. Ba. Wa. Ya. Sha. Wa.
La. That's a la.
La.
Wa. Then wa. So wa ya sha la wa.
La. Wa. Ba. Ya. Ha. Wa. Ha. La. Ah. Ma. Ra. Ha. Ra. Is that a ra or a ba? Or a wa?
Shit, I lost my wa. That's a wa.
Wa. Sa. Ya. Pa. La. Ga. Sha. Da. La. Ma. La. Ka. Ma. Ha. I. Sa. Ma. Ba. Na. Ya. Ba. Na. Ya. Ma. Na. Ka. Ya. Wa. Ya. Ma. Ra. Ya.
Can't go check that back door. I just heard something like that.
Ra. Ya. Ka. Wait, no. Ya. Ha. Wa. Ha. I.
La. Wa. La. Ya. Wa. Pa. Verse 24. Wa. Ya. Qua. Ra. Ba. Wa. Ba. Na. Ya. Ya. Sha. Ra. Ah. La. Ah. La. Ba.
Keep going.
Na. Ya. Ba. Na. Ya. Ma. Na. Ba. Ya. Wa. Ma. Ha. Sha. Na. Ya. Wa.
You gotta call out the verse first.
Verse 25.
There you go. You're doing excellent, bro.
On sign Christ.
Doing excellent.
Wa. Ya. Taza. Ah. Ba. Na. Ya. Ma. Na. La. Qua. Da. Ra. Ah. Ka. Da. Sa. Ma. Wa. Ya. No. Come. Ma. Wa. Na. Ha. Ga.
Ba. I. Ha. Ba. Ya. Wa. Ma. Ha. Sha. Na. Ya.
So, where you at?
Verse 25, right? Yeah, 25.
So like it. We'll come for time's sake. Take over. Excellent job.
Time crash.
Wayashak Yethawa. Baba Naya Yasharala. It's like I was. Shemanath. Ashar. Alak. Ayash. Aratiza. Call. Allah. Shalapia. Karab. Verse 26. Waya Ilawa. Call. Banaya. Yasharala. Wakal. Ha'aim. Waya what it's like waya ba'awa. Bayath. Al. Waya bakawa. Waya it's like Waya Shabawa. Waya Shabawa. Sham. Lapunya. Yahweh. Waya Teza Waya Teza Wamawa. Bayawam. Hahawa. I. It's like Hara. Waya Iliawa. It's like Alawath. Washalamyam. Lapunya. Yahweh. Verse 27. Wayash. It's like Wayashaliawa. Bunya. Yasharala. Bayahawa. Washam. Awar Salakia. Arawan. Baryath. Halahayam. Bayamayum, Hahum, verse 28.
All right, I'll try that one. Wapa Wapa Natas.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, it is. Yapa Natas. The side, Kasai.
Whoopa Yana Cuss.
There you go.
Bun. Alizar. Bun. Aharon. Ahmad. Lapunyawan.
What? That's
So Lapunyawa. But Bayamayum. Hahum. Lamar. Hawasap. Iwad. Latazaath. Lamalakma. I'm Bun. But Banayaman. Akaya. Akadal. Wayamar. Yahweh. Alwa. Alawa. Kaya. Makar. Afnan Awa. But your duck. Verse 29.
No, 28 was it. So. All right, pick up Judges chapter 20, verse 22 in the English. So, no, we don't read that in English. We read English.
Judges chapter 20, verse 22 in the English. And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. Verse 23. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until even, and asked counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother?
Now, right. So, as I said, the children of Israel, they went out to battle against Benjamin. You know what I mean? And it was a heck of a fight. It was a little back and forth. You know, Benjamin is not like when we went out to fight the heathens. You know what I mean? This is our brother. These are fellow Israelites. We are the mightiest army on the face of the earth.
Right.
You know, there is no weak tribe or weak section of our army. So fighting against our brothers is not an easy thing to do, not just because they are mighty men also, but because it's our brother.
Right.
As seen in this verse, they went out to fight against Benjamin. You know what I mean? They fought, then they came back and they had to fight. They had to go back and fight because, you know, a battle is not just one day, a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? When you go to war against somebody, a war is something long. It's not a short thing. It's not like you're just going to go out like we do in the streets, We throw hands until we get tired, then it's and everybody go home. This is a war. So when they went back out, they had to reassemble and go to battle again against Benjamin the next day. The children of Israel wept and cried out and prayed to the Lord, saying, shall we go and battle against our brothers? Like, Lord, they sought counsel of the Lord, saying, are we doing the right thing? Do we have to go back out here again and fight and kill our brothers? And this is what the Lord said. Go ahead.
Verse 24.
Finish the end of 23.
And the Lord said, go up against him.
And the Lord said, yes. Go out and fight your brother. You do have to go up against him. Want to know why? Because your brother did something very wicked. Your brother violated a sister. Your brother allowed brothers within their tribe to violate a sister unto death, brutalized this sister, and then defended those brothers and would not give them up to justice. So yes, they broke the law. Now they have to pay. They broke the law not just as an individual or as an individual group, but at that time as a tribe. The tribe of Benjamin refused to give the sons of Belial up to justice, and therefore they all became responsible for the sins of the sons of Belial. They all had to pay. And then they went up and brought an army up against their brothers. That's how wicked they were. They didn't show brotherhood to the Levite priest, and then they raped his wife and killed her. So yes, you have to go up against them. Go ahead. Verse 24.
Verse 24. And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against him out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel again 18,000 men. All these drew the sword.
So and as I said, they went up against their brothers again, and Benjamin killed 18,000 brothers. 18,000 of the men of Israel. They said all these drew the sword. So it's letting you know they ain't killed citizens. They killed soldiers. This is a war. This ain't something that women and children are involved in. These are men of valor. These are mighty men, men of honor, men of war, soldiers, warriors fighting against each other. And Benjamin killed 18,000 warriors out of the children of Israel, out of the 11 tribes going up against them. They managed to kill one tribe, managed to kill 18,000 of the mightiest army, because they're part of the mightiest army. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came unto the house of God and wept and sat there before the Lord and fasted that day, even till evening, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord.
So they wept for their brothers. They're weeping for this situation. Because remember, Israel, this is a civil war happening in Israel. Now, earlier on in the scriptures, we avoided a civil war with ourselves. You know what I mean? It's a couple times we came close to fighting, but this is it right here. It's going down. So the children of Israel are weeping before the Lord. They're offering burnt offerings. You know what I mean? Of course, they have to bury their dead. You know, they're making sure that they're doing the right thing. That's why they're weeping and praying before the Lord and doing burnt offerings and things like that, because, you know, we're not supposed to fight amongst each other. But the Lord condoned this because of the crime, how heinous of a crime was done and how unrepentant they were for this crime. So this is the Lord allowing it. This is the Lord punishing Benjamin. This is the Lord allowing this punishment to befall Benjamin. You know what I mean? And the children of Israel, unfortunately, have to met out the punishment on their brother. And it's not an easy thing to do. That just lets us know in our spirit, brother versus brother, that's not something that we're supposed to be doing. That goes against the very spirit in our ancestry. Go ahead.
If I could, what you're saying is so heavy, because to this day, the tribe of Benjamin, you go over there and the act that they committed back then, if they find somebody in the act of that, they'll put you to death themselves.
Yeah, they will.
That's not this isn't something that they play with anymore, and they don't understand that it stems back to this.
Right. And that's so heavy. What the priest is bringing out is so heavy. To this day, Benjamin has a very deep spiritual hatred, disliking, disdain for homosexuality.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the things that, and this war, and they don't, like you said, they don't realize it's in their spirit, it's in their blood to this day. You know what I mean? Because of this war right here, by the time we get to the end of it, you're going to understand why Benjamin is so strict in their spirit. It's something about it. When they see it, they're disgusted down to their soul. It's like something, you know, that feeling you get in your stomach,
Right.
that they get that knot, that in their stomach when they see it, and they will kill you for that.
Right.
Because it goes back to them, because their whole, and I'm not going to spoil her, you know what I mean? Spoiler alert. But because of this war right here, that's why Benjamin is so strict on homosexuality, and rightfully so. Right. Because the sons of Belial were a bunch of nasty, disgusting, what we know now as sodomites. They were right. Sodomites, bisexual, whatever you want to call them. They wanted to have sex with that Levite brother. They wanted to rape that Levite brother. And because they couldn't get to the brother, they wanted to have sex with the Levite brother. But because they didn't get to it, the brother, they raped his wife to death. You know what I mean? So that's why Israel, all of Israel is suffering, because of the actions of one group inside of one tribe. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 27. Mm-hmm. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. Verse 28. And Phinehas,
Phineas,
mm-hmm. the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother, or shall I cease? And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thine hand.
And once again, you see that. So the first day they gathered, you know what I mean? They gathered together thinking Benjamin wasn't going to try nothing. Like, we got everybody's here. The nation is here. We got the nation's army here. Give up those brothers so they can seek justice, so justice can be done. They refused, and then they went to war with their brothers. So we fought them the first day. It was not a pretty sight. Thousands of brothers died their first day. So then we go back, and we pray, we cry, we pray, we mourn, we lament to the Lord and say, Lord, do we have to go back again and do this? Do we got to fight our brothers? The Lord said, yes, you do. And then the second day we go about, 8,000 brothers died. 18,000 brothers died in that battle. They're not saying how many from Benjamin died. They're talking about how many from Benjamin killed of their own brothers to defend wicked men. So then before the third day comes, Eleazar, who is Aaron's son, they'll show you how, we're not too far out of the wilderness. We're not too far gone from the captivity of Egypt. But one of Aaron's sons prayed to the Lord and said, Lord, do we have to go out again and fight and kill our brothers, to fight our brothers? And the Lord said, yeah, you do. And tomorrow, I know it's been hard, but tomorrow I'm going to deliver him into your hands. Tomorrow's going to be the day. And with that, we're going to next priest.
Amajim, the man back here. You stand. Next priest. Present our registry.
Karanga bar Bambanyamyam Bandashala.
Karanga bar Bambanyamyam Bandashala.
Yahaba Hashem Yahusha Rakatah.
Yahaba Hashem Yahusha Rakatah.
Yeshabu, please be seated.
This is a hard story right here. We're picking up at verse 29. In the Hebrew.
The book of Judges, chapter 20, verse 29, in the Hebrew. Wayasham, Yasharala, Abba, Arabah, Abraham, Al, Agaba, Sabaya. Pa. Verse 30. Waya I Lawa. Banaya. Yasharala. Al. Banaya.
Speak up. Speak up.
Banaya. 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 I mean, man. Baya Wam. Ashal. Yasha Oz.
Say it again.
Yeah. Yasha Ya. Waya I mean, Waya I Rakar. Al. Aga by I. Kappa I'm.
You got it.
Bapa I'm. Verse 31. Waya Tasab. R. Banaya. Banaya Man. Lako Wa
Akarath.
Akarath.
You're doing good, bro. Keep up. You're doing excellent.
I'm Ana Aqua.
It's a thought.
The Ana Tha Kora Man. I Yara. Waya Ka Lana. La Ka Wanath.
Right.
Maha I'm.
No, you skipped the line.
Ma.
Go up one. Am I wrong?
Nah.
So he just did that.
He did that. All right, go ahead.
Ma I'm out. Allah Yum.
Kha.
Allah Yakum.
Kha. Ka la yam.
Ka La Yum. Kappa I'm. Bapa I'm. Ba Asa Al Roth.
Bama Salawath.
Mama Salawath.
Bama
Salawath.
Right.
Okay. Ashar. Akath. Ala'ah. Bayath. Al. Wahakath. Ga. Gaba'ai. Tha'ah. Bashar. Bashada. Kash Al. Shah. Yum. Ayash. Bayasharala. verse 32. Waya Marwa Banaya Banaya Man Bagapa Yum.
No.
Oh,
Negapa.
Nagapa.
Negapayan.
Nagapayan. Lapanai. No. Ra.
Lapan Yanawa.
Lapan Yanawa. Kabara. Kabara. Ash. Ya. Wabanaya. Yasharala. Ana Marwa. Nana Wasa. Waba
No.
Wana Tha Kwa Na Awa Hawa Mana I Hayar Al Amar Sa Al Wath.
You got it. Keep going.
Verse 33. Wakal. Ayash. Yasharala.
Right.
Kwama Wa. Mama Kwa Ra Ma Waya I Wakar.
Go ahead.
Baba Isle. Thamara. Wa'a Rob Yasharala Maga Yak Map.
Keep going. Maga you had that right.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Mama Kwa Mara. Mawa. Mama I Ra Raha. Gaba I.
Keep going.
Verse 34. Waya Ba.
What?
Wa. Managad.
So now, Managar.
Managar.
Say it louder.
Managad.
There you go.
Laga Ba I. Asharaf. Alapa Yum. Ayash. Baka Wa Ra.
Say it. You gotta say it louder so they can hear you.
Baka
Waka
War. Makal. Yasharala. Wahamala Ka Kalama Kaba Da Wa
Say it louder. How you say no?
La'a.
There you go.
Wayad I Wa. Wadaiwa. Kaya.
Nagaith. Ilaya Hum. Hara'ith Pa.
Huh. Right. 35.
Pa. Or 35. Oh.
The last verse is 35.
Wayagab. Yahweh.
What's the Lord's name?
Yahweh.
There you go.
Ath. Banaya. Mon. Lapa. Bayaman.
Say it together, but say it louder. Banyaman.
Banayam. Banam or Banam?
Ban Yaman.
Bayaman.
Right.
Lapa Naya. Yasharala. Wayash. Kaya Dawa. Banaya Yasharala. Babana Yaman. Bayawam. Hawa. The yum. Aishalayum.
No, Aisharyum.
Aisharyum.
There you go. You got it. Come on.
Wakamayash. Allah.
That's it.
Allah.
Right.
Babanaya.
Wama'ath.
Okay. Wama'ath. Ashar.
No, that's Ayash.
Ayash. Cal. Alaha. Shalak. Karab.
That's what I'm talking about, huh? You know what I mean? In the English. Start at verse 19. Oh, wait. Is it 19? No. 29.
The book of Judges, chapter 20, verse 29. And Israel set liars in wait round about the Gibeah.
That's Salakia. When they said liars in wait, and I'm talking about people that's going to stand around the city lying. Liars are like the people that lay low. You know what I mean? They like like espionage, like ninjas. You know what I mean? They said liars in wait around the city. So they sent brothers to, you know what I mean? Like when they crawling on their belly in military war, guerrilla warfare, that's what they meant by liars. People who are going to lay low, not be seen. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 30, and the children of Israel went against the children of Benjamin on the third day and put themselves in array against Gibeah as the other times.
So they went against them as they did the other two times. Go ahead.
Verse 31, and the children of Benjamin went out against the people and were drawn away from the city, and they began to smite the people and kill as other times.
So they got drawn out of the city. They're getting more confident. This is day 3. Benjamin did their thing against their brothers. Right. You know what I mean? So they confident. They went out the city and they going out killing like they did the other days. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
In the highways of which one goeth up to the house of God, and the other Gibeah in the field about the 30 men of Israel.
So yeah, they from the highway, or you go up to the house of God, basically up to where the tabernacle was, where the ark was, or the covenant. You know what I mean? The house of God is what we worship. So going up to the temple, Salakia. And in the highway between Gibeah, they killed 30 brothers, like with no problem. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 32, and the children of Benjamin said, they are smiting down before us as at the first. But the children of Israel said, let us flee and draw them from the city until the highways.
Now the children of Benjamin, they're getting cocky. They said, hey, they're smitten down before us, like, you know what I mean? Like this easy. We got them. That's what They are smitten down before us as at the first, like they did the first day, like they did the second day. Benjamin, like, yo, they going through slaughtering their brothers. They killed 30 brothers like it was nothing. And they bragging about how easy it is to kill their own brothers. Like it's nothing to fight against their brothers and kill them. They hyping themselves up. Go ahead, Kareem.
Verse 33, and all the men of Israel rose up out of their place and put themselves in array at Baal Tamar.
So what happened was the children of Israel said, yo, let's retreat. Let's back out. Let's draw them out away from the city. Look how arrogant, basically let's take advantage of their arrogance. You know what I mean? They're confident right now. So let's lure them out. Let's lure them away from the city because we got something waiting for them. The Lord said he's going to deliver them. Let's get them delivered. Go ahead, Karam.
And the liars and weight of Israel came forth out of their place, even out of the meadows of Gibeah.
Now see, they chasing after their brothers. They got that confidence about them. They just assured they just finna whip their brothers into the ground. And then that ambush, the liars in wait. You know what I mean? The ninjas, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? The brothers that were sitting there camouflaged and waiting. Then they came up on them. They drew them up into that area, and now all them brothers then popped up out of nowhere on them. Go ahead, Karam.
Verse 34, and there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen 10,000 chosen men out of all Israel. And the battle was sore, but they knew not that evil was near them.
So then 10,000 brothers, see, they lured them out of Gibeah. Now 10,000 brothers then started to sack the city. You know what I mean? Benjamin then put themselves and fell right into a trap. You know what I mean? Never leave your city unguarded or with so few men that they can't defend themselves. Don't get so caught up in killing, especially killing your brothers. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to leave the rest of your house unguarded. And we do that so much today. We are so obsessed with killing each other that we leave the damn door open. Right. You know what I mean? Well, now that our oppressors, this was our brothers. Our brothers didn't want to kill us. We didn't want to kill our brothers. You know what I mean? Nowadays, we got an oppressor that gives not a damn about killing us. And we're doing the same thing that Benjamin did right then. Go ahead, Karam.
Verse 35, and the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,100 men. All these drew the sword.
So that day, and they fell into the trap, and unfortunately, we had to kill our brothers that day. You know what I mean? And the Lord delivered them in our hands, and it said we destroyed the Benjamin 25,100 men. You know what I mean? All of these are mighty warriors. All of these are men that drew the sword. They're soldiers. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro.
So
that was it?
You want to get the next one? You wanna,
we'll do, yeah. One more, and then we'll call it.
Amajim, just the men back here. Next priest.
Aram, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Aram, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Bashim Ab Shabarak Thumb.
Yahweh Bashim Ab Shabarak Thumb.
Yeshabia, please be seated.
All right, we stopped at 35. All right. 36. For time's sake, I'm gonna take on over and then you read it in English. All right. So it's the book of Judges, chapter 20 and verse 36 in the Hebrew. Wayar what? Banya. Banyamak, Banyaman, Kaya, Nagapwa, Uyatanwa, Ayash, Yasharala, Makawan, Laban Yaman, Kaya, it's like it. Batakawa, Batakwa, it's like it. Al, Hara, Ashar, Shamua, Al, Hagaba'ai, verse 37. Waharab, Hakayashua, will you pass to what? Will you Shapatwa, Al, Hagaba'ai, will Mash, Slakia, will you Mashan, Slakia, will you Mashak, Harab, will Yak, Ad, Kal, Ha'ayar, Lapaya, Harab, Slakia, Karab, verse 38. Wahamad, Hayaha, La'ayash, Yasharala, I, Hairab, Harab, Lahai, Lawatham, Mashamat, Haishan, Ha'ashan, Man, Hayar, verse 39. Will you Shapan, Ayash, Yasharala, Malakma, Yabayan, Slakia, Wabayan, Slakia, Waban Yaman, Hakal, Lahakawath, Call Layum, Bayash, Yasharala, Kashalashim, Ayash, Kaya, Amarwa, An, it's like it, Ak, Bagawat, Bagat, it's like it, Nagat, Nagawat, Nagat, Hawa, Lapan Yanwa, Kama Lakma, Harayash, Slakia, Ha, Rashana, verse 40. Waha Mashath, Hakala, La'ai Lawath, Man, Ha'ayar, Amawad, Ashan, Uyapan, Banyam, Ban Yaman, Hakayawa, Wahana, Ilah. It's like, yeah. Kal Ya'al, Kal Ya'al, Haiwa, Salakia. Hashemayam, Hasham Yamath, verse 41. Wayash, Yasharala, Hapan, Wayabal, Ayash, Banyaman, Kal, Ra'ah, Kaya, Naga'ai, Nagaha, Ayawa, Haraiah, verse 42. Wayapanwa, Lepanya, Ayash, Yasharala, Al, Darak, Hamada, Hama Damar. No, that's a rud at the end. Oh, that is the bar. Salakia. Hamadabar, the water. Trying to rush. Hamadabar. Well, Halamakma. Hadabayat. Hadabayat. The what? Was Shar. Mahai Arium. Maharium. Mashakayathium. Hawathwa. But the Waka, but the what the Kawa, verse 43. Is that it?
You got those.
36. 20 and 36.
Judges chapter 20 and verse 36. So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamin, because they trusted unto the liars in wait which they had set beside Gibeah.
So the children of Benjamin saw that they were now the ones smitten, because children of Israel gave up. They even said Israel gave place to the Benjamites. That means they let them take. They let them take ground. You know what I mean? That's why they said we gonna flee. We gonna fall back. Let them take a little bit of ground and lead them into the trap. And then they trusted in the liars and wait. You know what I mean? So they trusted in the men that they had laying hidden and led them into the trap. And Benjamin got their butts kicked. Go ahead.
Verse 37. And the liars in wait hastened and rushed upon Gibeon, and the liars in wait drew themselves along and smite all the city with the edge of the sword.
So they waited and they hasted. That means they didn't waste no time. When it was time to spring the trap, they hurried up, they rushed down to Gibeah and slew the whole city with the sword. Go ahead.
Verse 38. Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the liars in wait, that they should make a great flame with smoke rise up out of the city.
So the sign was once they smoked the city, once they did what they did, they was gonna set it. They was gonna make a great fire. Basically, they set the city on fire. They made a great smoke, and they set a portion of it so big that the children of Israel could see that the brothers that was part of the ambush were successful. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And when the men of Israel retired in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the men of Israel about 30 persons, for they said, surely they are smitten down smitten down before us as in the first battle.
Now, when the men of Israel saw that flame, they figured the battle's over. So when they started to fall back, when they said they retired, retired is when they stopped fighting. When they was like, okay, it's over. Benjamin still rushed up in them and killed 30 brothers when the battle was supposed to be over. You know what I mean? And they looking like, yeah, they falling, we kicking their butts again like they did the first day. They still ain't learned. You know what I mean? Like your city just got destroyed. They so in their head, they don't realize that there's smoke behind them is their city. You know what I mean? They so concerned with killing their brothers and trying to win a unrighteous war. Right. You know what I mean? That they pretty much being blinded. Go ahead.
Okay, that's verse 40. But when the flame began to arise up out of the city with a pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended up into heaven.
See, now, we killed 30 more of them. They falling by our hand. Oh, wait, our city on fire. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It's like, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Now, you have to wonder, why was the Lord allowing them to be able to kill so many of the brothers?
Well, the Benjamites, that's why I said that the whole nation is suffering because of the sins of what the Benjamites are doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it would have been unfair for the Lord just to let us go in and slaughter our brothers. You know what I mean? The Lord let us have it. Like, if you see your two sons fighting, right? Your one son done something and he wrong. You want him to learn a lesson. You're gonna let the other son. You might let the other son duke him up a little bit, and the one son that's wrong, he gonna get some hits in. You don't want to see your one son just dominate and whoop your other sons behind, because then you're like, damn, I'm raising a little punk. You know what I mean? Like, that boy can't fight. Damn. The Benjamites, they want like to this day, they not weak men. They are mighty men. You know what I mean? They some hella warriors. So it was a fair fight. Just the Lord to finally deliver them into the hands of the rest of Israel. They had to pay, because all the Benjamites weren't guilty. You know what I mean? They, as a nation, they're suffering because of one group, but as majority of the nation, the majority of that city defended that one group of men. So the Lord let us have at it. It's a civil war.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing you could say. That God all love crap is a bunch of bull jive, man.
Yeah.
The Most High is not no damn all love.
No, he ain't no joke. You know what I mean? He is the supreme father. He is the supreme father figure. Everything that we do, what we would do with our kids, he does that with us times 1,000. Right. You know what I mean? So it would be like, damn, the Lord letting these people die. But here's the thing, though. Just because Benjamin was wrong in this situation and the way they went about things, don't mean that all the men that gathered to fight in that army, that don't mean all of them were supremely righteous men or innocent of anything. You get what I'm saying? So that could be, I'm just saying that's possibly a reason that the Lord let some of these, it doesn't say it in the scriptures. I don't want to add on to the scriptures, but we do have to consider, it didn't say that Israel was all righteous at that moment. Just Benjamin had done something so horrible and despicable, something that had never been seen at that time amongst our people. You know what I mean? And then they stood on it. So that's how it goes. Go ahead.
Okay, we had 41, right?
Come.
And when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw that evil was come upon them.
Now they saw finally. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? When they say evil was come upon them, now they see that the table's turned on them. Now they see the punishment is on them. They were so arrogant and full of themselves with killing their brothers. They didn't even notice what was going on. They didn't realize that they were actually losing. Go ahead.
Verse 42. Therefore, they turned their backs before the men of Israel up to the way of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them, and them which came out of the city, they destroyed in the midst of them.
So now they turn their backs to go and run to the city, and you're in the middle of a battle. You know what I'm saying? You done press forward, and yay, we winning. We kicked in their butt. Now they killed 30 men that were trying to that would put their arms down. So now you turn your back to go to the city. No, it ain't that easy. Now the battle overtook them, and all of them, which came out of the city, because remember they lured these brothers. They said all them brothers were destroyed. You know what I'm saying? All right. And with that,
I imagine just the man back here.
La Yashala.
All right, we're finna salute the scrolls. Let's start with the men up here, rank order.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak Yah.
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 Men of Israel, Majim, which means to stand. Wapanu Akwadam means turn face to east. Do the lowest prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazai, Hayah, Aisha, Baharatazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanaw, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalakanaw, Kawabathinaw, Kasalakanaw, Kawabathinaw, Tabayayinaw, Panasaya one, Abo, Hawashayinaw, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Maha'ala, Watapara, Awalamyam,
Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
The prayer for the Hakaka, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Baba Kashah, Nathalanaw, Hakat, Larpa'ah, Kal Makala, Kal Marawa, Hakat, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, Lahakwayim, Hamathium, Hakat, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagar Sham, Ba'ashem Yahusha, the Wada Aman,
in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Baraklanaw, Wayashala.
Wayashala.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahari.
Al-Hahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shawam. Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakayaka.
Yakayaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Makal Rad.
Makal Rad.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawa'atka.
Wabawa'atka.
Ma'ayatha.
Ma'ayatha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Yasharala.
He that keepeth Yasharala.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayam.
Allahayam.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Laka.
Laka.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Takarat.
Wa-Al-Tashakwat.
Wa-Al-Tashakwat.
Al. Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awabyaka.
Awabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Imaka.
Ya'arayamwa.
Ya'arayamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Yawata.
Yawata.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakiyadam.
Wanakakiyadam.
Magawa.
Magawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawai Tazawa.
Nawai Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al-Kaya.
Al-Kaya.
Barya.
Barya.
Wahagarian.
Wahagarian.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalat.
Wa'amalat.
Palashat.
Palashat.
I'm Yeshabi.
I'm Yeshabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayab. Salakia. Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Koyashawan.
Koyashawan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Dara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Dama.
La Dama.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Naamua.
Naamua.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazaba.
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 Wakazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai.
Call Nasia Kamwa.
Call Nasia Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ah. Nawa.
Nawa.
Allahayam.
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 Shayathama,
Shayathama,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Rawaka,
Rawaka,
Kayat,
Kayat,
That's like it. Taba'ira,
Taba'ira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Taradatma,
Basa'irika,
Basa'irika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapatka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Bakwashwa,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Daira,
Daira,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Atha,
Atha,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Yawan,
Al,
Al,
Cow,
Cow,
Ratazar.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted.
And consulted.
Against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more remembered.
May be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
The Hagarene.
The Hagarene.
The Baal.
And
Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like
And
Oreb.
like Zael.
And like Zael.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storms.
With thy storms.
Fill their faces with shame.
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 That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled.
And troubled.
Forever.
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 Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
Perish.
And perish.
And perish.
And perish.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
Whose
name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
The Most High.
Art the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth. Psalm, which means to turn.